Senator Roger Chamberlain is promoting legislation to legalize sports betting and to allow student athletes to be paid for their name, image, and likeness. He joins me now to talk about both measures. Thanks for being here.
Good to be back. Thank you. Good morning.
Let's start with sports betting. You introduced this bill last session, but you've made some changes since then. What's different?
Well, a lot of it's technical stuff, but there were two primary changes. Maybe we'll get to it later. One change is that we're not including mobile in this one. And secondly, we are going to say that they had to go into the second one becomes moot if the first one isn't there, right? You'd have to go into, if you have mobile, you go into the casino and open an account. I should back up. We do include mobile, and we changed to say that you have to go into the casino to open an account to use your mobile. That's a couple things. Part of it's accommodating the tribes and others. You want people in your place of business. And secondly, it's also easier to verify age and whether someone's got the legal right to gamble, place bets.
So if I wanted to do some sports betting, initially I would have to go to a casino or someplace like that to set up my account,
Yes.
verify my age, all of that stuff.
Yep, right.
And then at that point, could I use my mobile?
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so this is just that initial step.
Right, and then that would be geo-fenced to Minnesota. So you could use your mobile and they know where you're at, and you can only do it from within Minnesota at Minnesota casinos. You could not do it from Wisconsin or Dakotas or Iowa. It had to be inside Minnesota.
Now, when we talked about this before, you did not have the support of the 11 tribes in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned them in this answer. Are they more amenable if people have to go in order to set up accounts?
I think they are more amenable. None of the 11 tribes are necessarily for it yet. We continue to say that this will enhance their business model. It'll improve it. It won't harm it. We're there to protect. But they are not, none of them have come out and said we now support it. But that's the basis of negotiations. You don't give up your position until you absolutely have to. But they're amenable, and I believe eventually we'll get there. But, you know, it's frustrating. I mean, we don't need tribal support to pass a bill.
But they are an interested party, and you are trying to accommodate them.
Sure.
According to one testifier, Minnesota would be among a minority of states in allowing sports betting at age 18. The majority of other states are age 21. Considering your views on social media addiction and the preponderance of youth and gaming, are you concerned that being able to do sports betting at age 18 could lead to problems for that demographic in particular?
Well, first, you know, bills, and especially bills that are this complex and deal with a lot of different issues, they're initial offers. You go in, and as you go through the process, and this bill will go to half the committees in the Senate and the House, you find these issues, you make changes and make fixes. Some of them are oversights. So yeah, I mean, 21 is fine. That's not a hard and fast rule. We can go to 21 easy enough. That's not something that we're against in any way. But 18 is just the starting point. You can join the military and get your head blown off at 18, but you can't smoke, can't drink, and you're not supposed to gamble. But, you know, do everything else, sign a contract and anything else. It's just the world we live in.
So you mentioned also that one of the reasons for legalizing sports betting is to defund the underground economy and then provide consumer protection. How much gambling is really going on?
The estimate in the state of Minnesota is roughly a little over 1 million people maybe engaging in some sort of sports betting. I know people personally that do it, and it could be around $2.5 billion, give or take. So that's about how much sports betting is going on. And people are concerned about expanding gambling. That's one of the issues. Expansion of gambling. It's a bad thing. It's terrible for people. Is it, on the scale of 0 to negative and 0 to positive, is it something that's going to save lives, benefit society? I'd say around 0 to 0.5 or -5, really small. But it's something that is people enjoy doing, engaging in, expressing opinions, taking part in that, enjoying sports and enjoying the wagering on sports. But it is I'm sorry What's the original question?
Oh, it was just to get you to talk about why it's important. But let's take this moment then to move on to paying college athletes. We talked about this last summer. Now there's a bill in both the House and the Senate. It has bipartisan support. Why is it time for college athletes to be able to be paid for their name, image, and likeness?
Because everybody else is getting rich. Now I got to make clear from the outset is that this is not the college, university, or NCAA paying the athletes. These are athletes who might get some endorsement money from third parties. The endorsement money could come directly from a Nike or a local auto dealership, whatever the case might be. Or it could be situations where they go on YouTube and do anything. Maybe they're not even doing anything regarding sports, and they have enough traffic, they start to make money from that. Everybody knows how YouTube works. Or somebody uses their name, likeness, and image to sell video games. So it runs the whole spectrum. There's a lot of things here. Everybody else is getting rich. These are the only people who aren't allowed to make money for their labor and talent. It's college musicians and college journalists can go out and make all kinds of money on the side. And they have scholarships, but the college athlete who's making a ton of dough for the university is not supposed to do that. So it's right. You have to be paid for what you do. This is fundamentally basic human right and idea of our system in the society.
Now, maybe this wouldn't happen, maybe it would happen, but there could potentially be a conflict of interest. Let's say Gopher star football player, Gophers play in TCF Bank Stadium. U.S. Bank wants to pay them to endorse U.S. Bank. Are you worried about any kind of conflicts like that arising?
I'm not. That's not. Our role is to open up and create the opportunity and knock down that barrier and create the opportunity. The legal system and the parties involved will work that out. And I think it would be worked out just fine. We deal with much more complex things out in the real world right now. That's not a concern. If those things pop up, that's for the market and for the athlete and the agent and the college, university, institution to work out.
So there's some movement at the federal level. The NCAA has asked the feds to step in because, as you know, California was the first to do this. Now about 20 other states are considering this legislation. Would this benefit most of all from federal legislation so that all states are equal? Should we wait for that, or should Minnesota go ahead?
First of all, we should not wait for it because God knows when it will get done up there. Secondly, states can act on their own. Thirdly, I don't trust the NCAA, and I certainly don't trust the federal government to get this done and get it done quickly and get it done right. The effective date of the California legislation is 2023. We even went 1 year further than that to say, because not only does it give time for everybody to work things out, but also we can ride California's coattails with that momentum as they go through it. So we have a long, it's 3-4 years before it become effective. A lot of things will take place and get done. And if that's the case, great, then we don't need the bill.
Senator Chamberlain, thank you.
Thank you very much.